Okay, I'm going to do a quick little look at the Sig Sauer 522 semi-automatic rifle. Okay, so I'm not going to go over everything about the gun because there's reviews out there. Nothing Fancy did a great review of the Sig 522, so I don't see a point in repeating everything he said. It's a great gun. Great quality, definitely good quality for the money. The price on this, you can, if you want to pay $500 some for them, you can. I got mine for $350 shipped off a gunbroker new. If you look around, you can find deals between $350 shipped and $400 shipped pretty easily if you look around. Like I said, if you want to spend more, you can. But it's the same rifle. You're gonna get the same stuff. It comes in a Sig Sauer hard case. And one addition to what Nothing Fancy was saying is this accessory rail is now included with the gun. At least mine was. I'm assuming that all of them are. Mine came with the triangular rail to compensate for the angle of the handguard. And it also came with two, one for each side, flat rails. So it comes with a total of 3 rails with it. Only gripe I have about this is these are polymer, and I don't really dig that. I mean, I have them Loctited and clamped down pretty well, and just because they're plastic, they'll flex. I mean, you can take this foregrip and kind of wiggle it back and forth still. Not that it's pivoting at the point, it's just this plastic is flexing. So I could stand to see these be metal. That's all I have to say about that. And as far as reliability, I wanted to touch on that because Nothing Fancy has reported 100% reliability. I have not seen that. But I will blame a couple things. One being the magazine. If you see the angle that round takes, that's what it needs to successfully make that sharp pivot. Here. It basically what's happening is it goes on an upward angle, like shown here. The plastic follower is angled as such, so the round should take on that angle. And right about here, there's a really steep feed ramp for that round to go up into and then guide its way into the chamber in front of the bolt. And what I'm seeing is this, some of the well, let's not talk about the round first. Let's talk about the magazine problem. At least this magazine, it might just be this one, I don't know. I'm getting some of the Black Dog ones, so I'll be able to tell you this is a Sig factory one, if it's any better. But once you get to 25 rounds packed in this thing, the ones at the very bottom, if you have this fully loaded, the ones that you loaded in first will have that angle. And as it goes up, that angle will get less and less and less and less until it's pretty much straight flat at the top. And what happens is there's a steep angle on that feed ramp, like I was saying, and this flat, if it doesn't have this angle helping it guide up, it'll just ram the nose of the bullet right into the feed ramp and cause a stoppage. And at that point I have to drop the magazine, throw the charging handle, and that bullet will just fall out of the mag well. And then you'll have to reinsert the magazine, charge a new round, and that'll clear your jam. I've had that happen literally 1 out of every 150 rounds at least, and I've put about 1,200 rounds through this magazine and this gun so far. So that's one criticism I have about. I think this is a mixture of blame between the magazine and probably the ammunition I was using. I was using Winchester Super X, and like it's kind of similar to the Federal Bulk. It's kind of flat nosed on the top. And what I did today is I went out and bought some Remington Bulk 22, and it has a much rounder. This camera isn't gonna be able to show it probably, but it has a much rounder nose to it. It's not flat tipped nearly as much as the so you can see the two there. It's not as flat tipped as the Winchester Super X or the Federal. So I did that, and I went through 200 rounds of it today, and I didn't have any of those stoppages. So I think I think that was a more ammunition-based malfunction. As far as the cycling of the gun goes, I would agree that that is flawless, yes. But I'm not sure if it's the magazine or the bullet or I mean the round or the mixture of the two. And another thing I have is this. This darn follower is having problems too. See how it just jammed up for a second? Now it's free. I'll have that happen. And I'll also have, after I get about 2 rounds in there, this thing will hang up right down like that. Just stick in there. And as I'm loading more rounds in, if I'm not holding it totally backwards like this, they'll all come falling out the top because there's no pressure on them. So I would say definitely, see it's sticking again. There it goes. See it's, I don't know, I've oiled it up and I think that's just something that probably needs some more wear on it. It probably needs to wear into just a little bit of the plastic molding, maybe hanging up a lip on there. But it is, you can see I've got a lot of gunk in there. I've been, like I said, I just shot 1,200 rounds through it pretty quick, so I need to take this apart, break it down and clean it, but I doubt that has anything to do with this hanging up. This is more of, I think the plastic just needs to wear in. So hopefully the Black Dog mags will be a little better, or hopefully this just wears in. But after, well, it's not like the 22 is going to have a ton of force to wear anything, so I don't think 1,200 rounds is a whole heck of a lot through a 22. But I'll definitely be putting thousands more over the break, over the Christmas New Year's season, and I will report my findings from then. I'm going to be shooting probably this more so than anything, because this has been more reliable for me out of this gun than any flat nose stuff. It's wearing the single point sling that was in my other video about the AK-47 build I had. I got a Tapco Interfuse full size foregrip, and it has a waterproof battery storage, just like the mini one on the AK. On here is a 1:4x28 UTG illuminated red and green reticle rifle scope, and I'll do probably a separate video on that. So, all right, pretty good gun for $350. Hell of a good gun for what I got it for. So, shop around and you can get great prices on this thing. So, good luck in finding them. Thanks.